Ever wondered how one of the most influential African Americans, Malcolm X, started his journey? Well, buckle up because it's quite a ride. Born as Malcolm Little in the year 1925, our protagonist's tale begins in the city of Omaha, Nebraska. Life was never a bed of roses for young Malcolm. From an early age, he experienced the harsh sting of racism, a bitter pill that was hard to swallow. Tragedy struck when his father, a streetcar conductor, met a gruesome end in an incident suspected to be a white supremacist attack. As if that wasn't enough, his mother's mental health began to deteriorate, a situation that resulted in him being placed in foster care. Life was tough, but it was shaping him, molding him for a bigger purpose. So from a humble and tumultuous beginning, Malcolm Little was set on a path that would lead him to become Malcolm X, but not before a little detour into the world of crime. Now, we've all had our rebellious phases, but Malcolm took it to a whole new level. Picture this: a young Malcolm, not yet X, navigating the gritty streets of New York and Harlem. His teenage years were far from typical, marked by a series of criminal exploits that ranged from petty theft to more serious offences. Eventually, Malcolm's actions caught up with him, and he found himself facing a hefty prison sentence. But it was within those cold prison walls that Malcolm began to transform. He spent his days immersed in books, educating himself on a wide array of topics. It was during this time he was introduced to the teachings of the Nation of Islam, a moment that would forever change the trajectory of his life. So, while most of us were busy figuring out high school, Malcolm was getting a crash course in life and religion behind bars. Talk about an unconventional education. All right, so we've got Malcolm out of prison and into a religious movement. Stick with me here. Fresh out of the clink, Malcolm found himself drawn to the teachings of the Nation of Islam. This wasn't your everyday Sunday school, mind you. The Nation of Islam had a radically different take on things, advocating for black supremacy and the separation of black and white Americans. Now, Malcolm didn't just join the ranks, he climbed them. He was charismatic, he was passionate, and he was a natural leader. Before long, he'd adopted a new name, Malcolm X, signifying his rejection of his slave name. As Malcolm X, he became the face of the Nation of Islam, delivering fiery speeches that sent shockwaves through the civil rights discourse. His rhetoric was controversial, to say the least. Some praised his unapologetic advocacy for black rights, while others criticized his divisive approach. But love him or hate him, you couldn't ignore him. His statements sparked intense debates, forcing people to confront the deep-seated racial issues plaguing the country. From the school of hard knocks to the pulpit of the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X was making waves. But hold on to your hats, because the biggest wave was yet to come. You know what they say, what goes up must come down, or in Malcolm's case, break away and start a whole new movement. Now, Malcolm X's break from the Nation of Islam wasn't just a casual parting of ways, it was a seismic shift, a pilgrimage to Mecca that transformed his perspective. He had seen the world in black and white, but the pilgrimage painted it in a palette of unity. There, amidst the sea of pilgrims, he found a world where the color of your skin didn't define you. It was a revelation that evolved his thoughts towards a more inclusive approach to racial issues. His newfound perspective, however, did not sit well with some. The clouds of controversy began to gather, and they soon turned into a storm. The storm, unfortunately, took the form of his assassination, yet even in death he refused to be silenced. His voice, his ideas, his legacy endured. His life, as tumultuous as it was, became a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of change. Malcolm X, born Malcolm Little, lived a life of change, challenge, and profound impact. His journey from a petty criminal to a revered activist is a story of redemption, resilience, and revolution. But let's not forget his greatest achievement, making it through this entire video without a single "let's." Now that's impressive. Many thanks for taking the time to watch our short video today about Malcolm X. If you found it helpful in any way, it would help our channel if you can hit the like button and consider subscribing. This also helps to motivate us to make more videos for you in the future. Finally, we would like to wish you good luck in your own journey, and we hope to see you again in the next video.